Welcome to the Gersh house at Christmas time. Now, I love Christmas. I'm a complete and utter sucker for it. I love the trees, I love the lights, I love family and friends, I love snow, I love the mere possibility of snow, but most of all, I love the story. The story of how the Savior of the world came down into our hearts and our homes. There's only one author in the world who could come up with a breathtaking, beautiful plot line like that. Well, I have a little story for you today, a far lesser story, but if those of you who have been friends and fans of the Whiteheart Little Drummer Boy song, thought maybe I'd give you a peek into the inside of how that song was made. Now, one of the great things about Whiteheart has been, I have been so blessed to be able to play music and create music with some of the most talented people in the world. Truly, throughout the years, no matter who was in Whiteheart at any particular time, we were honored and privileged to have some absolutely stupendous musicians. And I feel really privileged and blessed to have been able to work with these guys. Now, the downside of that is everybody's really busy. Everybody's really in demand. Well, it was one Christmas, Sparrow Records came to Billy Smiley and said, "We'd like you to produce a record using all of our artists for Christmas." And so each artist got to do a song. Well, Whiteheart got together and we said, how about Little Drummer Boy? Great. Nobody had time to work on the song. So Billy said, could you come up with an arrangement? Could you find some time to do this? And I said, yeah, I think I can do that. And so I had all my equipment brought to my house and I set up the day before we were supposed to be in the studio and we started to work on this. Now, back in the day, we used sequencers to store MIDI information so keyboards could be triggered to play ideas that we had already played into it. I had at that time the equivalent of the digital Gutenberg press. This thing died on me, my sequencer. So I got one from Sparrow now, and Sparrow said, you can use it, we gotta warn you though, the digital out on it is not working. For all you backing up fans, you know what that means. Well, okay, so I spent the day before and I'm working on tooling around the arrangement. I think I'm liking this. So I put down like 8 to 10 tracks of things and I thought, this feels pretty good. So I went to bed that night knowing that at the next day, Rick Florian was gonna show up at 12 o'clock and help me load out my gear. Well, 10 o'clock that next morning, I thought, maybe I'll check it one more time to see if there's a tweak here or there that I need. So I fired up my gear, I turned on the sequencer, I hit play, and there was absolutely no information inside that sequencer. I freaked. I thought, oh my gosh, I gotta be in the studio in 3 hours and there is absolutely nothing in this. And I'll be honest with you, I even started crying and I said, Lord, you're gonna have to help me. There is no way that I'm gonna be able to recreate what I did all day yesterday in 2 hours. Well, 12 o'clock, Rick faithfully shows up and I had 10 minutes worth of work left. Divine intervention, that's all I can say, divine intervention. So we went to the studio, we printed all those things that I had put down, and this is the only time in Whiteheart's history that we ever did it that way. Normally we would all come in and play and we'd track everything and then we would do overdubs, all the guitar players would do overdubs or I'd do overdubs on keyboards and create things that way. Only time that everybody played to what I had done. I think it came out pretty well. The players on that song were Chris McHugh on drums, Tommy Sims on bass, Gordon Kennedy on guitar, and Billy sang and played a little guitar on it as well, and my keyboards, and what I believe is the greatest vocal that Rick Florian ever sang. Thank you for years, for all the things that you've done on the web, putting up pictures and stories with Little Drummer Boy. It's your song as much as it is ours. So, from all of us in Whiteheart, Merry Christmas.